Good morning. Welcome to my weekly rant. Well, I will go off on something that has bothered me in the healthcare system this past week. I've been out for a couple of weeks because, wait for it, we've all had corona. We've just been trading it. But I'm back, and I thought I'd change things up a bit and get something off my chest that has been really annoying in the healthcare system. I'm sure that you can relate. And that one is getting a hitchayvut. That's the word in Hebrew, or in Maccabi they call it Tofes 17, the 17 form, or how it's translated in English, the voucher. What is that? That is anytime you need to do an activity that is outside of the kupat cholim, the healthcare management system. So outside of the clinic, like you need to go for an MRI, you need to go see a specialist in the clinic, that's covered under the kupat. You need to do any kind of imaging test. You need to go to talk to somebody who's in a hospital, who's not in the clinic, and you want the kupat to pay for it. You need this hitchayvut. Now, in the wonderful age of corona, it used to be that only Maccabi would allow you to submit a request for this form online. The rest of the kupot, you had to go in, you had to bring your papers, you had to bring your referral. Because what do you need for a hitchayvut? And this is really important. You need a referral for this particular whatever it is from a doctor who's in the kupat cholim. And I think a lot of people don't get this, and they say, "Oh, okay, I went to see a specialist in Hadassah, and he told me that I need this." No. You need to get a doctor from inside the kuppah who says you need to have this, and that is the first trick to getting a hitchayvut. Then you need a summary that clarifies why you need this specific test to be done at X institution. Okay, so I have had a client who I have been trying to get this form for, let's see, since August. So where are we now? I don't know. I've lost track of time because it's corona, but it's been a long time. And every time I called, yes, before the appointment, because theoretically you need a hitchayvut before the appointment in order to get it paid for. However, important thing to note is that you can fight. And if you have a leg to stand on, now obviously I can't tell you if you have a leg to stand on because I don't know what your issue is. But in my case, I knew that my client was eligible for this service to be paid for. And I had no idea why the kupat cholim was dragging their feet and not giving it to him. But I knew that he was eligible. So here is the beauty. If you know you're eligible and you appeal and you push, even if the appointment has passed, you can ask for a hitchayvut retroactively, and often you will get it. You will be approved. They will give you the permit, and then you give it to the institution. So how does that work? Either the institution says to you, you have to give me money up front, you have to give me a check up front, what's it called? Like a holding check. There's a better word for it, but I can't remember it. And we will allow you to bring us the hitchayvut, or sometimes you have to actually pay a lot of money, but you could get that money back if you get the hitchayvut. So again, decision to be made for you. But in this case, I didn't pay because I convinced the hospital that any second now we were going to get the hitchayvut. Of course, seconds pass, months pass. So I spoke to about 6 clerks different times on the phone. We would go through the whole saga again because it turns out that they don't actually write the telephone call down in the notes unless there's something that piques their curiosity. I don't know. I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. 6 phone calls at least. Finally, I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I know that he's eligible. This is ridiculous that we can't get this covered. It was like 5,000 shekels. I put in what they call a pniyot hatzibur, or like a referral to the complaints department. The complaints department of Maccabi. All of the kupot have them. Maccabi is slightly more. Muchedet also is you can sometimes talk to somebody beforehand, back and forth, but Maccabi has it online. I gave in all the information, and this is where you have to be organized. I brought in the original referral letter. I brought in the hitchayvut that they once gave me with the wrong code on it. That's like a whole nother rant, because you have to have the right code. And I gave them all the medical information that they needed. And lo and behold, 2 weeks, no, about a week or so later, I get a call from a lovely, lovely lady who actually listened to me. And we went back and forth, and she asked me some more information, and she gave me the forms, and it was still one of the forms had the wrong code, but she went back and spoke to them because she took responsibility. And finally, after 8 months or whatever it has been, we finally have resolved the hitchayvut. So I try not to get angry on the phone, even though I'm repeating my story for the 55th time. I make sure that I have all the paperwork together. So important to know your rights, know what can be covered. And always happy if any of you have a question, no problem. You can always send me like a private message or a comment here asking me like, should I get a hitchayvut for this? Is this covered? What would I need? Always happy to answer those questions. Anyway, I feel much better now that I've gotten over my rant. So join me every Sunday morning as I review another really irritating healthcare conundrum and how we can resolve it.